Today we will discuss the brief summary of Othello, a play by Shakespeare. The story is about a man who is destroyed by jealousy. Othello is a Moor from North Africa who is a powerful and respected commander in the navy of Venus. He is gradually persuaded by the evil officer Iago that his wife Desdemona and another officer Cassio are lovers. Othello kills his wife, but then discovers that she was innocent and in the end kills himself. So before going into the act-wise summary of Othello, let us see some of the characters, their names and their relationship to each other. Othello, as already been discussed, was the hero of the play, a protagonist who belongs to North Africa, and he became the commander in the navy of Venus. The second character is Desdemona. She was a Venetian, the wife of Othello in the play. The third one was Iago, whose role in the play is of an antagonist. He was a flag bearer in the naval forces of the Venus. The fourth one is Cassio, who is the lieutenant under the command of Othello. Roderigo is another character who is a friend of Iago and is considered a lover of Desdemona. Brabantio, a respectable senator and father of Desdemona. Montano, the governor of Cyprus. Amelia, wife of Iago. Bianca, mistress of Cassio. And last, Lodovico, a kinsman of Brabantio. Now we will look act-wise story of the play. In the first act, before we going into the short summary of the first act, let us see that what was happened before that. Before Othello begins, Roderigo has been pursuing Desdemona. One night, he hears from his soldier friend Iago that Desdemona has secretly married his general, the Moorish Othello. Iago bears a grudge against Othello for overlooking Iago for a lieutenant position. Instead, Othello chose Michael Cassio, leaving Iago only at the low rank of ensign. Iago urges Roderigo to continue his pursuit of Desdemona. He knows Senator Brabantio, Desdemona's father, will dislike having Othello as a son-in-law. So late at night, Iago and Roderigo wake Brabantio and tell him the news of Desdemona. Brabantio angrily summons the militia to arrest Othello. At that moment, officers arrive to summon Brabantio to an urgent meeting of the Senate. The Senate is concerned about the imminent threat of a Turkish invasion fleet on Cyprus. Full of fury, Brabantio goes to the council. Brabantio interrupts the council, claiming vengeance against Othello Othello is already there because he has just been put in command of the forces to repel the Turks. Othello explains how his stories of military prowess has helped him earn Desdemona's love. Afterwards, Desdemona is called to reinforce the tale and defend her marriage. Following Desdemona's defense, her father disowns her and she chooses to go with Othello on his campaign. She plans to travel in the care of Lieutenant Cassio and with Emilia, Iago's wife. This is how the first act ends. The second act. In Cyprus, Montano, the governor of Cyprus, and his soldiers greet Cassio, Iago, Desdemona, and Emilia as they disembark. Othello soon arrives with news that storms at sea have dispersed the Turkish fleet. A night of celebration is proclaimed. Roderigo confesses doubts about his potential to woo Desdemona, but Iago assures him that there is hope. He urges Roderigo to challenge Cassio to a duel that night. Since Desdemona is actually falling in love with him when the night comes, Iago gets Cassio drunk. And this is what Iago has claimed, that Desdemona is in love with Cassio. Roderigo incite the anger of Cassio. Montano, the governor, is stabbed during his attempt to contain Cassio. Othello is angered by the fight and blames Cassio, stripping him of his recently conferred officer status. Act 3. The next day, Iago convinces Cassio to ask Desdemona for help in regaining his post. When Cassio asks, Desdemona innocently agrees. Meanwhile, Iago has sown seeds of jealousy in Othello's mind, suggesting that Desdemona is overfond of Cassio. With no reason to suspect Iago of bad intentions, Othello begins to watch his wife. Othello becomes angry when Desdemona cannot find the first gift, a handkerchief, he had ever given her. The handkerchief is embroidered with strawberries and especially important to Othello. But Desdemona had not lost the handkerchief. Iago has instructed Emilia, his wife, to take it. Iago then hid the handkerchief where Cassio would find it. When Desdemona urges her husband to reconsider Cassio's demotion, Othello gets jealous and suspects for her infidelity. Act 4. Iago continues to inflame this jealousy. He encourages Othello to listen in on and misinterpret part of a conversation between Cassio and his mistress Bianca. Cassio and Bianca discuss how Cassio obtained the embroidered handkerchief that he then gives to Bianca to copy. Othello's agitation and what he hears brings on an epileptic fit. After recovering, he orders Iago to kill Cassio. Desdemona cannot understand Othello's change of attitude towards her. Othello even strikes her in the presence of her relative. Lodovico, who has arrived as an ambassador from Venus, as she prepares for bed, she talks with Emilia, singing to relieve the distress she feels at losing the trust of her husband. Act 5. Roderigo has begun to suspect Iago is not quite the friend he seems. Still, Iago persuades him to attack Cassio that night. In the fight, that ensues. Iago goes undetected and wounds Cassio. He then enters again as himself to accuse and kill Roderigo for the act of wounding Cassio. Othello comes to his sleeping wife's bedroom to murder her as punishment for her supposed adultery. He smothers her with a pillow as she asserts her innocence. Amelia alerts the household, causing Iago and others to come to the scene. Othello defends himself, mentioning the handkerchief as evidence. Amelia realizes what has happened and betrays Iago's plot against Othello. Iago, reacting to his wife's accusations, stabs and kills her. Iago is arrested and sent to trial after Othello wounds him. He doesn't even die. Othello, facing the inevitability of his own trial, uses a hidden weapon to commit suicide. The play ends with Cassio reinstated and placed in command as governor of Cyprus. So this is the first lecture. In the second lecture, we will discuss in detail the characters in the play.